Good morning, everybody. This is Shankar Poncelé, live from San Antonio, Texas. It's 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And today's Shankscast is going to be about WordPress. I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of WordPress. And I think as a web developer and IT consultant, I can talk about that topic. WordPress is something that you cannot get around when you work in web development. And I just think it's important for people to know that there are pros and cons to it. So let's get started with the pros. I like to be optimistic. Obviously, one of the huge advantages of working with WordPress, it is dirt cheap and very fast to just get started with a website or a blog. WordPress is open source. That means it is free to use if you install it on your own server. Even WordPress.com, which is a self-hosted version of WordPress, is free to use. There are some limitations with it with the self-hosted version, but again, it's free to use, it's very quick, and that's why it is so popular, because people just have a business idea or any idea and they need a website. They can quickly install a version of WordPress and apply a theme against it, and then they are good to go. So the second advantage that WordPress really has is the plugins. There are so many plugins for WordPress that let you extend WordPress's functionality. And also pretty much every major company has a plugin developed for WordPress, which means that the basic installation of WordPress, it allows you to create website pages, show content, manage content from a backend, and also WordPress really is a very strong blogging engine. So you can have your own blog and accept comments from your visitors. So that's what WordPress is in its core. But if you say, I want WordPress to be able to manage my events, I want to have a public-facing events calendar, I want WordPress to be able to capture leads, I want WordPress to be able to have people sign up for newsletters, I want WordPress to give me a quick and easy carousel slider at the hero area of my website. All of those things can be done very easily with WordPress, and that's a huge advantage. Plugins. And most of the plugins are for free too. Okay, the third advantage of WordPress that I would like to talk about today is the fact that WordPress has become a de facto standard for website creation in the community. Now, is that a good or a bad thing? I don't know. We can debate about that. But one thing that is for sure is that there are so many tutorials out there about WordPress, about how you can get started easy and fast and for free. And that is very important with any piece of software. It is important that there's a community that supports it, that is passionate about it, that loves it, and that it is easy to find people that help you with the software. And this is something that is definitely true with WordPress. And it's a huge, huge advantage. Okay, having talked about about those three main advantages, I will also talk a little bit about the disadvantages of WordPress. And we'll start with talking about maintenance. What a lot of people underestimate when they install WordPress is that it needs to be maintained in the future in order to remain effective and work well. I would say it requires about 1 hour per month, depending on the size of your website, that you should have a webmaster or a person who is responsible to log into your WordPress installation, to make all the updates of the WordPress files themselves, but also of the plugins. Because if you do not do that, and as business people we can get busy, if you do not do that, then your site gets fragile and plugins may stop working, plugins may not be compatible with each other anymore, and all of a sudden you find yourself in a mess, and you have kind of lost the global picture of everything, and it is very hard. It can become very hard to know, well, where do I start now? What should I update first? This plugin or that plugin or WordPress files? And that is something where it also gets dangerous, because if you update the wrong plugin first, you could potentially break your whole site, lose data, and in that matter also lose business. I meant lose. So that to me is really the biggest disadvantage. Another disadvantage is that since WordPress is so easy to at least get started with, you will find a lot of people who have specialized in installing WordPress, applying a theme, and customizing it. And there's nothing wrong with that. It is a huge market, there's a lot of demand, and we need people like that. You have to be careful though, because those people are not developers, so they may build something for you that works for now, but doesn't work in the medium and long term anymore because it doesn't scale well. And then if you need to scale, those people will not have the knowledge to help you. So you will have to try and find someone who is a true WordPress developer, and then it gets kind of expensive and complicated to extend your website and get it to do what you want and what you need it to do. So it may be a better idea to sit down with a professional and talk about your requirements and needs, and about where you see your company in a few months, a few years, and then make a decision around what is the best web framework or software to use for your website. It may be WordPress, but it also may be a different framework. The approach of WordPress is that you get, when you install it, you get something pre-built that comes with a lot of opinions and assumptions. When you buy a theme or you apply a free theme against the WordPress installation, you have a bunch of components that assume that you as the website owner will use WordPress in such and such way. As a result, as you continue to expand and evolve your business, you may find yourself in a situation where you have this WordPress thing and you kind of have a tendency to adjust WordPress. No, let me rephrase that. You have a tendency to adjust your internal processes to what WordPress allows you to do. So you make things work, and it's not the best and ideal situation, the solution. And that is something I want to avoid. I want to build solutions that exactly meet the situation as it is today, that exactly meet your requirements. So again, I think that's all I wanted to say about it for now. If there is any question, feel free to post it in the comments. WordPress is awesome. WordPress is a very good tool, but it is not the right tool in every situation. And my main point in recording this video here today is that I want you to start thinking about what is it that you need. I want you to start thinking about your business. Where is it now and where do you want it to be in the future? Think about requirements, and then sit down and talk to a professional developer or a website professional that can give you options, that not only works with WordPress, but that knows several frameworks, several tools, and then give you the best advice for what you need. Okay, this is all I want to say. If you have found this video helpful, please like it, share it, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to my Facebook page. If you would like to see other topics discussed in the future, just let me know. There's many ways to get in touch with me. And for the rest, I would say it is still early in the US here on a Sunday morning. Go out and have fun, do something fun with your family. It's Mother's Day here in the US, so spend time with your mom. Tell her that you love her. And I will see you next week for my next episode of Shankscast. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you. Bye.